the Heartz of Matlock vlog. And this week, I just wanted to basically dive into an experience I had with my autistic son. So just to speak upon, the things parents go through. And from a father's angle, the father, most times, in most situations, is more of the mother doing the parenting and, appointments, taking care of the children and such. There's no shots at none of my great fathers out there, but, that's the rhetoric per se out there. But there are those fathers who are hands-on and are involved in their child's lives daily, in and out. And I, of course, have been one of them from day one. So with this experience, there's a lot of emotions, a lot of feelings involved. And at the end, it brought me to tears. I'm not afraid to say it. I can be vulnerable, always have been, in certain situations. So I'm not afraid to admit to the emotions that are involved, the vulnerability that goes into sharing such an experience and story. So last week we took our boys to the dentist, and with autistic children, just speaking from my perspective, I can't speak for everyone, just speaking from my perspective. With autistic children, dentists, barbershops, public spaces in general, sometimes your children are overstimulated, super excited, just a lot of emotions and activities going on there. So we get to the dentist. This is their dentist. They've been going for a few years now. And so my son Jace he's very active. So like when we get out in public, when we get there, no one's there. No one's in the lobby. Of course, we have like the first 8:00 appointment. So it's only, my wife and I and our two boys. So Jace is being his normal self. So we get in there. He wants to run around the lobby area. And if you don't know what eloping is, so eloping for, children with autism is like wanting to pull away from you. They don't want someone holding their hand or hand on their shoulder. Like they want to pull away and run. Like they have just like no sense of fear, no sense of danger. So he loves eloping. Like he loves it. So he's not bothering anyone. We're at the dentist. Of course, they deal with kids. So he's going around. So he keeps running into the bathroom. And I'm, getting aggravated and such. Keeps running into the bathroom. So chasing him in the bathroom. I close the bathroom door. So at the dentist, they have these all glass doors. So like he's just running away, laughing, enjoying it, like making a big joke of it. So he's like running around. It's a closet over there. He's running over to the closet. So, this goes on for 15 minutes or so. Then my oldest gets called in the back. My wife goes in the back with him. So now it's just me and Jace out there. So there's two entrances to the lobby area where you would sit at. So now I'm just standing up with him, and I'm just like, I'm like a linebacker basically, just shuffling this side, shuffling that side, trying to keep him in the room. So we go to the closet. I'm just standing there next to him at the closet. So like he slammed in, like threw his back into one of the glass doors. So at that point, I'm like, okay, now I just gotta hold you. So I'm trying to hold him, and like you're, you shouldn't restrain them, like with force. So I'm trying to hold him, trying to talk to him, like Jace, can you calm down, please? So uh, he starts crying because I'm holding him. So I let him down. His mom left her phone out there with him. I let him down, and he's fine now. So then we're back to shuffling. So he goes in the closet. He's standing there, and then he just starts getting this little sad puppy dog face, and just starts crying. So one of his characteristics is, there are times of emotions where he will just cry. Like nothing could be physically wrong with him, but internally something's wrong with him, his emotions, and this is where it gets me emotional because at that point I just feel helpless and I felt defeated and I felt overwhelmed, and I'm like, Jace, can you please tell Daddy what's wrong? What's the problem? How can I help you? So he comes out of there and then goes like back by the chairs and he's bending down, and by this point he's boo-hooing, screaming and stuff. So I pick him up, I hold him for a minute. I'm like, what's wrong, Jace? What's wrong? He's like, red phone, red phone. That's the color of my wife's phone. So I give him the phone, calm down for a minute, and goes back by the chairs, and he was fine for a minute. So then when we get called in the back room, I'm like, I already know it's gonna start back up. So I sit him in my lap, we sit in a chair, and she didn't the hygienist didn't even get to touch him, and she's like, Jace, what kind of toothpaste do you want? What flavor toothpaste do you want? Naming off flavors, and he just started, whining. He's not in a full cry yet. He just started his whining and stuff. Like, don't want to be bothered. So I just, gave her a flavor, pick a flavor. And she's like, I'll give him a few minutes to calm down. I'll come back. She gave me the glasses, the shades that they put on you. So we had those on for a minute. He's calming down, but he's working himself back up. It's like a roller coaster. So by the time they get to go to come back in there, he's standing up by the door. I set him back down, and now the dentist is in here. She's ready to look at his teeth, and I just felt bad because it's like I'm trying to hold him and hold his legs down, and she tried to take a look at his teeth, and he is screaming hysterically like he's going in. So at the end of the day, she didn't get to fully do a full exam. She checked his teeth, his gums, cleaned them, but didn't get to use the water and stuff to clean out. Like it's trying to rub the toothpaste off, and he was just so hysterical. And like when we're all done, he's like, all done, like in his crying voice, but saying all done, all done. So on my way to take him to school, like I'm just so emotional, eyes watering. I didn't cry yet. And when I got home, like I'm texting my wife when I drop him off in the parking lot, texting with her. Then I get home, and I'm normally the one, like it's vice versa. It's normally me, calming her down and reassuring her, letting her know everything will be okay, and we'll always be there for our child. And when I get home, as I'm texting her, like the tears just start falling. Like I'm just so emotional because, again, like I said, I just feel very helpless in that situation because he's not at a place to verbally tell me what the issue is, what's wrong, and I feel helpless because I don't know what's wrong, I don't know how to approach and help the situation, because I know nothing's physically wrong with him. Like, he didn't hurt himself, but as far as his emotion and sensory issues, working through that, and it was a day. It was a morning, man. It was a very tough morning, and it had me extremely emotional, crying, and I just wanted to put this out there, like, for all my parents of children with autism, someone with autism that's dealing with it. It's just, there will always be better days. Some days are tougher than others and will be tougher than others. But you just dig deep down and find that strength, find that push to push through. The next day will hopefully be better than what that previous day was. So I just want to share my experience and let all parents know, all persons know with autism, that I always will fully support you, fully advocate for folks with autism and mental disabilities, and just be there for each other. My spouse and I definitely rely on each other for support, emotionally, physically, spiritually, everything when it comes with dealing with any children, but especially children with disabilities. If anyone wants to share their experiences and stuff, please reach out. Email, comment, let me know. And as always, I really appreciate you guys watching. Please like, share, subscribe. And until next time, have a heart, be great out here, and show love. Peace.